With 54 countries, each with its own successes and challenges, Africa, as we all know, is the second largest continent in the world. Even though faced with challenges in different parts, the continent is still one of the most enticing in the world. The natural beauty Africa has to offer cannot be disputed. From its awe-inspiring landscapes to its vibrant culture, the continent never fails to amaze visitors. Africa is known for its vast deserts, highlands, and beautiful savanna grasslands. It hosts extraordinary towns and cities that are enriched with culture, history, and other activities. These currently most beautiful cities in Africa have proven the continent's rapid economic growth over years. Before we go through the 40 most beautiful cities, it is important that we note the main reason for Africa's current growth, which is improvement in economic governance. Welcome to Think Rich Africa, the community which brings to you entrepreneurial, business, and personal development content to inform, motivate, and why not inspire you. We also want to introduce to you our special African development playlist because we strongly believe that entrepreneurship, rather than global pity, is the key to Africa's growth and development. So if you're African and you aren't subscribed to our community, you are indeed missing out. Based on factors like unsurpassed natural wonders, dramatic coastlines, amazing wildlife, luscious forests, and unforgettable architecture, 40 out of the numerous African cities have been selected as most beautiful. These cities, some of which belong to the same nation, have proven in many ways to be fit for the ranking. They are general selections made from the northern, western, eastern, and southern regions of Africa. Beginning with the least beautiful, we present to you Africa's 40 most beautiful cities. Enjoy. 40. Ouagadougou. Commonly referred to as Ouaga, Ouagadougou is the capital and largest city of Burkina Faso, with a population of over 2.5 million people. It is the administrative, communication, cultural, and economic center of the nation. Served by the international airport, the Abidjan-linked railway, and several highways linking the city to Niamey, Niger, Ghana, and Ivory Coast, the city has one of West Africa's largest markets. Its attractions include the National Museum of Burkina Faso, the Moro Naba Palace, the National Museum of Music, and several craft markets. It is beautifully sprinkled with a number of astonishing cultural and art venues, such as Maison du Peuple and Salle des Banquets. Ouaga is indeed a beauty in Africa. 39. Yaoundé. Situated in the central region of the nation, with a population of over 2.8 million people, Yaoundé is the capital and second largest city of Cameroon. The city's economy is majorly centered on the administrative and industrial institutions in it. It is home to many industries like those producing beer, glass goods, dairy products, tobacco, and timber. It also houses government offices, hotels, and markets. It is well known for its striking monuments and buildings, such as the Presidential Palace and Palais des Congrès. Also found in Yaoundé are the Reunification Monument, the Sport Palace, the Ape Action Africa, the Mvong Betsi Zoo Botanic Park, the Yaoundé Municipal Lake, and the Congress Center in Singa. Its infrastructures and environment makes it one of the most beautiful cities in Africa. 38. Abidjan. The city, which is the sixth most populous in Africa, with a population of 6.3 million, is the economic capital of Ivory Coast. It is characterized by a high level of industrialization and urbanization as a result of rapid expansion. As the largest city in Ivory Coast and center of its economic activities, it is home to almost all political institutions and foreign embassies in the nation. The city constitutes several attractive sites like the Municipal Museum, the American Culture Center, the Cocody Museum of Contemporary Art, the Côte d'Ivoire Museum of Civilization, and the Abidjan Artisanal Center. Abidjan is indeed a beautiful African city whose inhabitants have an interesting and admirable lifestyle. 37. Khartoum. With a population of over 5 million people, Khartoum is the capital and largest metropolitan city of Sudan. Located at the confluence of the White Nile, it is an economic and trade center in northern Africa, with rail lines from Port Sudan and El Obeid. The city houses several national and cultural institutions, including the National Museum of Sudan, the Khalifa House Museum, the University of Khartoum, and the Sudan University of Science and Technology. Khartoum's architecture reflects the city's history and is marked by native Sudanese, Turkish, British, and modern buildings. Its infrastructural and cultural beauty, therefore, is one which is worth beholding. 36. ASMARA. Siting at an elevation of 7,628 feet at the tip of an escarpment, which makes it the sixth highest capital in the world by altitude, ASMARA is the capital and most populated city of Eritrea. For its well-preserved modernist architecture, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage. The city is adorned by Italian colonial villas and mansions, one prominent example being the World Bank Building. It is known to be an extraordinarily modern city, not only because of its architecture, but because of its outstanding traffic lights. From its economic to transport, infrastructure, cultural, and tourism sectors, it is evident that ASMARA fits its reputation of being one of Africa's most beautiful cities. 35. Casablanca. Located on the Atlantic coast of the Chaouia Plain in the central western part of Morocco, Casablanca is the largest city in Morocco and the 8th largest in the Arab world, with a population of over 4.2 million. It is the economic and business center of Morocco, housing the headquarters of leading Moroccan companies and many international corporations. As the primary industrial zone of its nation, Casablanca holds Morocco's chief port, which is among the largest artificial ports in the world and the second largest port in North Africa. The city has a rich cultural heritage with amazing sites like the Corniche, the beach of Ain Diab, the Morocco Mall, and the Arab League Park. It also has the Hassan II Mosque, which is the second largest mosque in Africa and the 7th largest in the world. 34. GIZA. Located on the west bank of Nile, southwest of central Cairo, GIZA is the second largest city in Egypt, the 4th largest city in Africa, and the capital of the GIZA Governorate, with a population of over 9.2 million inhabitants. The city is most popular as the location of the Giza Plateau, an area with the most impressive monuments in the world, which include the Great Sphinx, the Great Pyramid of Giza, and a number of other large pyramids and temples. Giza is a flourishing center of Egyptian culture, which hosts the first zoo on the entire African continent and several parks like the Orman Park. 33. Alexandria. Founded by Alexander the Great, it is a Mediterranean port city in Egypt, which after rapid growth became a major center of Hellenic civilization. It is a popular tourist destination and an important industrial center based on its natural gas and oil pipelines from Suez. It is the largest city in the Mediterranean, the second largest in Egypt, the 4th largest in the Arab world, the 9th largest in Africa, and the 79th largest by population in the world, with over 5.3 million inhabitants. The beautiful city is sprinkled with amazements like the Shalatat Gardens, the Montaza Garden, the Alexandria Art Center, the Alexandria Opera House, the Fawzia Fahmy Palace, the Alexander the Great statue, the monument of the unknown Navy soldier, the Montaza Palace, and the Al-Qad Ibrahim Mosque. 32. Pretoria. Serving as host to all foreign embassies in South Africa and as the seat of the executive branch of government, Pretoria is one of South Africa's 3 capitals. It is popular for being the center of research and academic city of South Africa, housing the Tshwane University of Technology, the University of Pretoria, the University of South Africa, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, the Human Sciences Research Council, the National Research Foundation, and the South African Bureau of Standards. It is also known as the Jacaranda City because of the numerous jacaranda trees planted along its streets, parks, and gardens. Pretoria is a city full of amazing sights like the Pretoria National Botanical Garden, the National Zoological Gardens of South Africa, Malambandlafu, and the Church Square. 31. Durban. With a population of about 3.44 million people, Durban, which has been nicknamed Durbs, is the third most populated city in South Africa and the largest in KwaZulu-Natal. Positioned as the chief seaport of South Africa and located on the Natal Bay of the Indian Ocean, Durban is a highly ethnical and diverse city with large Zulu, white, and Asian population. The city has been named the greenest city in the world due to its numerous touristic sites, which include the Durban Botanic Gardens, Holland Forest, the Durban Ice Arena, the Kings Park Stadium, the Mitchell Park Zoo, the Pigeon Valley Nature Reserve, and the Umgeni River Bird Park. As a city with beautiful environment and culture, its charm isn't just felt in the country, but in Africa at large. 30. Addis Ababa. Serving as the regional capital of Oromia, Addis Ababa is the capital and largest city of Ethiopia. It is a highly developed and important cultural, artistic, financial, and administrative hub of Ethiopia, with an estimated population of 2.7 million inhabitants. Addis Ababa is popularly known to be the political capital of Africa due to its historical, diplomatic, and political significance for the continent. The city serves as headquarters of major international organizations such as African Union and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. The city as well is a delightful place to explore, as it is one characterized by diversity and contrasts. Positioned at the foothills of the Entoto Mountains, the city pleasantly extends many hillsides and gullies cutting through sparkling streams, from its varying architecture to colorful markets. Comfortable bars and restaurants, Addis Ababa is a beautiful city in Africa which is worth applauding. 29. Kinshasa. Formerly known as Leopoldville, Kinshasa is the capital and largest city of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Once a site of fishing and trading villages, which is one of Africa's fastest-growing economies, is currently the largest francophone city in the world and the third most populated metropolitan area in Africa. It accounts for 85% of Congolese economy and is home to the country's big manufacturing companies, such as Marsalco SDA and All Pack Industries. The city also has beautiful sites and hotels which are worth traveling for. Its general beauty makes it one of the most beautiful African cities. 28. Lagos. Renowned for being the largest city in Nigeria and second most populous in Africa, with a population of over 24 million inhabitants, Lagos is a major African financial center and Nigeria's economic hub. The city is also described as the cultural, financial, and entertainment capital of Africa, with its significant influence on commerce, entertainment, technology, education, politics, tourism, art, and fashion in the continent. Housing one of the largest and busiest seaports in Africa, with a significantly high overall gross domestic product, Lagos is one of Africa's top 10 fastest-growing cities and urban areas. It is made up of beautiful sites like the Freedom Park, the Tinubu Square, and the Tafawa Balewa Square. It is an important location for African and Black cultural identity, which is known for its numerous annual festivals. Lagos has a variety of sandy beaches by the Atlantic Ocean, which include the Elegushi and Alpha beaches. The city is characterized by a variety of hotels, ranging from 3-star to 5-star, and is of course one of Africa's most beautiful. 27. Port Louis. Known for its French colonial architecture and the 19th century Champ de Mars horse racing track. It is the nation's economic, cultural, and political center, and with a population of over 147 inhabitants, it is the most populated city in the country. Its economy is mostly